Welcome to Stage 23 Grammar, the comparison of adverbs. I thought it might be interesting to consider the Olympic motto, Citius, Altius, Fortius. You may know this as swifter, higher, stronger. You may not know that these are three comparative adverbs. Citius meaning more swiftly, Altius more highly, Fortius more bravely or strongly. Maybe we should just review the definition of an adverb real quickly. A word or phrase that modifies or qualifies an adjective, verb, or other adverb, or a word group, expressing a relation of place, time, circumstance, manner, cause, degree, etc. There, we did it. So let's look at some examples in English. Loquax sings sweetly. I am very excited that you are here. I want this video to end as soon as possible. So there's a few examples of how adverbs work. We can't really go into the topic of comparison of adverbs until we've looked at the comparison of adjectives as review. So remember that adjectives can be positive, like happy, comparative, happier, and superlative, happiest. The Latin forms laetus, laetior, laetissimus equate to those. Look at two more examples. Pulchra, beautiful, pulchrior, more beautiful, pulcherrima, most or very beautiful. And last one, irregular form, bonus, good, melior, better, and optimus, best or very good. A few observations here about the comparative adjective is that the IOR happens in each of the comparative forms. The superlative has maybe a double consonant like laetissimus, double S, pulcherrima, double R. You can also see a double L, and optimus is, well, irregular. So now we can look at the comparison of adverbs, and this is an important chart for you. The positive adverb is just the regular adverb, but you can see adverbs ending in E, like laete, and iter, like celeriter, quickly. So we have laete, happily, laetius, more happily, and that's like the Citius, Altius, Fortius, and then laetissime, it's got the double consonant, but it ends in E, most or very happily. Our next friend, celeriter, celerius, celerime. We follow our positive, comparative, and superlative for quickly, more quickly, and most or very quickly. Bene meaning well, melius meaning better, and optime are the irregular forms, but these are pretty common, and you can tell them apart from the others. Our superlative does still have the double consonant with the S and the R, and it could also have an L. And then the comparative form has that IUS at the end, which is why I started off with that Olympic motto. So in context, loquax suaviter cantat, loquax sings sweetly. There's the iter positive. Melissa suavius quam loquax cantare potest. Melissa is able to sing more sweetly than loquax. Comparative. Helena suavissime cantat. Helena sings most sweetly or very sweetly. Superlative. I need to tell you that there are some additional translations of the comparative. The one I focused on thus far was more sweetly, but it could also be rather sweetly or too sweetly. Look at this example. Illi juvenes filiam nostram avidius spectant. Those young men are looking at our daughter rather eagerly or too eagerly. In this instance, one of these translations probably works better than more. So in summary, we have positive, comparative, and superlative, and the ways that they're translated. The positive adverb would just be something like sweetly. Comparative could be more sweetly, rather sweetly, or too sweetly, and the superlative most sweetly or very sweetly. Don't forget the quam. Quam plus the superlative is a special form in Latin, and it functions like this. Medicus quam celerime advenit. The doctor arrived as quickly as possible. Quam will work with the superlative to say as blank as possible, and in this instance, quickly as possible. All right, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there are some irregular adverbs to know, and if you know anything about Latin thus far, the irregular forms tend to show up more often than the regular forms. So in the left-hand column over here, I have a list of adjectives. Bonus, good. Malus, bad. Multus, much. Magnus, great. Parvus, small. And here are their adverbial forms. I've already been over bene, melius, and optime, well, better, and very well. Malus has its own adverbial forms, male, badly, peius, worse, and pessime, very badly. Multus will have these three forms, multum, much, plus, more, plurimum, very much. Magnus will have these three important ones. Magnopere means greatly, magis, more greatly, understood, and maxime, very greatly. And parvus, small, will have these three forms, paulum, little, minus, less, and minime, very little. I'd like to close with one more form that doesn't have an adjective, but it has several adverbial forms that you'll run into. Diu means for a long time, diutius for a longer time, and diutissime for the longest time, or for a very long time. So a few examples with these irregular forms. Ubi hoc audivi magis timebam. When I heard this, I was more afraid. Magis means more, the comparative form. Ursaque saltat savium maxime delectat. The bear which dances delights Savius most of all, or very greatly, superlative form. So here I'm going to end. Remember that the positive form of the adverb ends in e like laite or iter like celeriter. Comparative forms end in ius as in our Olympic motto Citius, Altius, Fortius. And our superlative forms can be issime, erime, and I mentioned that double L, illime, as well as those many irregular forms. Good luck!